Amber is having a sock because she doesn't want to do a cook along. Let's see if we can change her mind, shall we? No. Hi, how are you all today? I hope you're ready for another exciting cook along. Okay, so we all know how difficult it is to get green vegetables into your little people. It can be just as hard to get them into adults sometimes, right? Because vegetables, green vegetables in particular, tend to have a bit of a bitter taste, okay? Are you coming out of that? And over the years, our bodies have learned that they've evolved to know that these green sort of bitter tastes of any food, not just vegetables, but bitter tends to go along with off or toxic or things that aren't particularly ripe tends to be more bitter. And that's why it's harder to get your little people to eat these bitter tasting vegetables, and much more easy to get them to eat fruits, and even a sweet vegetable like a sweet potato or a pepper generally tends to be a lot more easier to get your child to eat. So this is why we need to kind of get them involved in the cooking process and get them more familiar with it. I've just lost her, she's gone. You guys might be doing a cook along with just me today. Yeah, and just to get them more familiar with these foods and sort of train them that they're not scary and they're not going to hurt them, and they're really tasty and fun to eat. So, saying that, we're doing something really fun today. A good way to get your child to eat these sorts of foods is to incorporate their hobbies and their interests and their likes. So Amber loves dinosaurs, don't you, baby? Yeah. What's your favourite dinosaur? Triceratops. So today we're going to make dinosaur bites. You can sell these to your kids however you like. If your child likes superheroes, they could be Hulk bites. If your child likes monsters, they're monster bites, okay? It's all about marketing to little people. So just work it in the way that your child's going to get into. That being said, shall we just get on with it, Amber? Yeah? Oh. What should we do first? Do you know? What do you think we need to do first? We've got all the ingredients there. Can you see something that you want to organise? Hello! Hi, Gran. Hi, Jakey. The kale? Is that what you want to do first? Perfect. This is a really, really simple recipe, really toddler friendly. All we're going to do is get a whole bunch of green vegetables, stick them in the food processor and make them into little bite-size dinosaur bites. Let's get started. Okay, are you going to cut these up for me or shall I do it?
You should put them in.
Okay, so all you need to do, we've got some kale here, is cut the sort of hard stalks off. Do you think you could do that? Yeah?
I can do that. So
cut the hard stalks off, that's it. Keep going, maybe I'll do some as well.
I can't do it.
Okay, I tell you what, why don't I cut the hard stalks off and then you can just chop these up. Yeah? Getting children involved in the cooking process is a really great way to make them familiar with these foods, because once they've tasted them in the foods and they think, well, that's not that bad actually, then they're more likely to try them when you serve them up as part of a meal. So now when I serve kale to Amber as just kale, she's more likely to eat it because she's had it in this and she knows that actually it's not that bad.
I'm eating it.
Kale's yummy, isn't it? And the great thing about all your green leafy veg is that it's a superfood, okay? Kale, spinach, broccoli, whatever it is, has a huge variety of vitamins and minerals, which are great for anyone, not just toddlers. Okay, good morning, Jess. Oh, thanks, Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jussie is an amazing chef, and I think he's one of your biggest supporters, isn't he? Yeah. Okay, are you chopping or are you just eating? You're just eating, aren't you? So we're looking for about a cup of kale, a cup's worth of kale. So we're just gonna.
Is it a stock?
Is it a stock? Did I not do a good job? Oh, fired! I'm fired. Okay, so we're just gonna cut this up roughly and put it in the food processor.
Let's have some stock on it.
A little bit of stock's okay, my darling. I know you're quality control and everything, but we get a little bit of stock. The food processor will go and mash it all up. Shall I chop these up? I feel like you're not really in the mood for cooking today. The good thing about...
I'll put them in.
Good idea. The good thing about cooking with a little person, even if they're not really in the mood to do the cooking, even having them here and holding the veg or talking about the veg, that is also a really good way of getting your child familiar with these veg. So they're more likely to have it. This is everything we do with Fussy is about gaining familiarity for your child. So when you serve these foods up,
I'm going to get it.
okay, let me put it there. When you serve these foods up, they are going to eat them because they know them, they like them, and they trust them, okay? So that's why we do it. And on top of that, research shows that children that cook grow up to be healthier adults. So, in a land where we're more obesity and diabetes and cancer and all these sort of obesogenic diseases are on the increase, it's really important to get your child eating healthy now.
Cut this bit.
Okay, shall we cut it up? I'll cut the stalk off and then we can cut it up. There you go, little you. The next thing we're going to add is, I've got broad beans. In the recipe, I put edamame beans. I don't know about where you live, but I'm really struggling to get a lot of my ingredients at the moment, and I don't know if it's got to do with Brexit or whatever else is going on at the moment. A lot of the shops don't have all the ingredients that I want. I seem to be saying this every other week, that I don't have the ingredients that I've put on the recipe. So instead of edamame beans, I have just bought a tin of green lentils. It's got protein in there, it's got fibre in there, really healthy alternative. Obviously it's not quite the same. I've also bought a tin of broad beans because I couldn't find frozen ones either, or fresh ones. And then peas. Yes, what we're going to do is we're going to switch these scales on, and you're going to measure them out for me. Let me just change that to grams. Okay, so we want this to say 100. Do you know what number 100 is? What numbers does 100 have in it?
I don't know.
It's got a 1 and 2 zeros. So can you put that in there so that says 100? Oh, it doesn't quite say it. There's not quite enough. Oh, it's 90. Okay, 90 is fine. 90 will do. Right, you put that in there. Into the food processor.
Once again.
Oh, I'm just gonna. I've really done this over the sink, but never mind. All right. And the same, put that on there. We're looking for 100 again of your edamame beans, or in my case, lentils. Can you put until it says 100? All right. That says 47, 65. Oh, stop. That's what number is that? 157. So that's a little bit too much. So we'll take some down. There we go. That'll do. Are you going to eat that? I think we need another bowl, really, don't we? Right. So, can you put those in there? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm just going to drain these in the sink. Okay.
What?
These are broad beans.
I touched them.
You can touch them. And that is going to be your job to put the broad beans. We're weighing them out again to 100. Just the beans, not the lentils. If you are looking to buy tinned vegetables,
Don't do it. I'm going to put them in there.
frozen is a little bit better because when
Can I put them in?
you can, when food producers freeze the vegetables, they are literally taking them straight from the plant and freezing them pretty directly,
What?
which
We're doing
means
these now.
we'll just eat those later, darling. Which means a lot of the nutrients are staying there. Tin stuff's a little bit more processed and it's
Yeah.
lost a little bit of the nutrients.
What now?
But I'm making do today, so this will be okay. The next thing we need is mint. So can you pick the mint leaves off for me?
You do it, and I'm going to put them in there.
Okay, good idea. I knew you'd be helpful today. You like being helpful, don't you?
A little bit of cream.
If you like the idea of making dinosaur bites, or you like any of our recipes that we've done, or you just like seeing Amber's face, like and share our group, please. We have got an amazing project coming up and I want all you guys to tell your friends about it. In case I haven't told you already, we have been working alongside a great group called Please Please. They are doing amazing things at the moment to encourage children to, or just everyone, to encourage people to eat more vegetables. Because as a nation, we don't eat enough vegetables. I think the average for an adult is something like 3.2 vegetables a day. And obviously we should be getting 5 a day. So we all need to do a better job of upping our vegetable intake, fruit and veg. And we are joining them as part of a veg summit. Not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after, so 2 weeks. And all I want you guys to do is join in. Tell all your friends about it. The recipe will be going up. Look on the link that should be in the description above. Click that and come along. The recipe should be going up today or tomorrow. So buy all the ingredients and come along and cook with us. You are going to be hearing a lot of exciting things, a lot of great tips on how to encourage your child to be.
I don't like them.
They're just spring onions, Dylan.
I don't like them.
Well, you're not going to know they're there because they're going to be zapped in. Why don't we zap them and then you tell me when you're eating them if you can tell they're there. Yeah, we're going to be giving you a whole lot of hints on how to encourage your child to eat a more healthy, varied diet. It's not about eating healthy all the time, it's about eating a balanced diet. And that's what we want to help you do for your child. And on top of that, sorry, that was 2 spring onions, by the way, and then I'm just going to add 1 egg. We're going to be hearing from some of the parents that I've been working with over the last 10 weeks who have been doing the fed method with us, and they're going to be talking about how the fed has worked for them and their fussy eaters. So we're really excited about that. These guys have had some great wins with their fussy eaters, and some of them are really fussy. They eat maybe 5 different food types or less. So some of them. Yes, are you going to break it? Sorry, I'm getting distracted, aren't I? So these guys have done amazing and they've been with us for 10 weeks now, or it will be 10 weeks, come let's cook along.
That's yellow.
So we're really excited to be able to tell you about their progress that they've made. Okay, if I put the lid on, it's going to be noisy. Hang on, wait, I've done it wrong. Okay, this one, we're going to pulse it. Oh, you know what else I haven't done? I forgot to switch the oven on. Is that it? Is it done? What do you think? Maybe a little bit more. Good job. I just want it to be a really sticky consistency, so when we roll them up, that they're gonna stick together. Can we have a look, see how it's going? Ooh. We're gonna roll them in pumpkin seeds now, so obviously we want them to be a little bit sticky, but not too sticky and not too sort of wet so they're falling apart. Perfect. Let's have a look. Oh, it looks quite slimy. I think what we need to do is they're tasty. Yum, yum, yum. Do you like it? At this point as well, if you want to add anything like any other seeds, you could add a little bit of flaxseed in there. You could add ground almonds or ground pumpkin seed or anything like that. Just to give it a little bit. We're obviously going to be adding pumpkin seeds to the outside of them. But if you wanted to grind them up and put them inside, if you think that your child will eat it more, if Amber's watching herself on the camera, that's what she's doing. If you think that's going to make your child want to eat it more, do it. All right. I think we're going to give it a little more pulse. I think it might be a little bit wet. I think what we might do, because we didn't drain our lentils properly, just add a little bit of oats. No, just oats, my love. No, oats. Oats. One more time. Let's go. Perfect. Now, what we're going to do is we'll have a plate and we'll put our pumpkin seeds on there. This is going to be our dinosaur scales. Okay, so we'll just put a bunch in. I love them. They're so tasty. If I roll them out, do you want to make sure they're covered in seeds? Is that okay?
For the bites.
For the bites, I hope they roll. They do seem a little bit gooey. Ooh. Another thing you can do if your mixture is a little bit gooey is put it in the fridge for a little while. If you've got time, stick them in the fridge. Or if not, even in the freezer. These are cold, so you can stick them straight in the freezer and just harden up the mixture a little bit. While Amber was doing the buzzing, I put the oven on because I completely forgot to put the oven on. So the oven is on at 180 degrees and we are just going to bake our dinosaur bites. Okay, can I have them? I'm going to put them on here. Is that okay?
Sticky bite.
And they are quite sticky. Look, my hands are all messy.
There you go, Mama.
Perfect, thank you. Should I bring the tray over? Would that be easier?
No.
If I bring the tray over there, once you've rolled them, you can stick them on. Whoa, these look very dinosaur-y, don't they? Because they're so green. Rawr. Okay, how are we going on? That is basically it for today. We are going to make a quick sauce for these ones. We've got some yogurt and I'm just going to get some more herbs that we grabbed from the garden earlier. We try and grow as many of our own herbs as possible because just like cooking, getting your child involved in the gardening is another really, really good way to get them involved in the cooking. I try to only grow vegetables or things that we can eat in the garden, just so Amber, not only can she learn where the food comes from, but it's getting her involved in the process of preparing our meals, preparing our foods right from the very start. And also there's been a lot of research on this, and schools that have vegetable gardens tend to have pupils that eat more vegetables. So getting your child involved in garden and growing vegetables is another really good way to get them to eat the vegetables at the end of it. So we're just going to make a nice yogurt dip with some of the vegetables that we've taken out the garden, some of the herbs that we've taken out the garden, and that's going to go along with this. So obviously you can have whatever sauce you want with it. If your child likes mayonnaise, that's fine. You're a bit of a fan of mayonnaise, aren't you? Do you want me to move some of those over a little bit? Just whatever. It's all about getting this right for your child so they're more likely to eat it. Just because this is how Amber's going to eat it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for your child. So play about with it. Make it work for your little person. And as always, we are going to take a photo of it when it comes out the oven and a photo of Amber eating it to prove that she does actually eat this stuff. And that's it for us. Check out the link above and we shall see you next week. Okay, bye for now. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.